In celebration of Metro Detroit High School athletics, your Detroit area Honda dealers are proud sponsors and official presenters of the High School Sports Awards, honoring achievement, performance, leadership, courage, and inspiration to amazing athletes, coaches, teams, mentors, and families. From your Detroit area Honda dealers, congratulations to the best of the best.
All the stars have aligned, it's our time to shine. Yeah, this is our moment. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it?
Are you ready? Get ready.
Are you ready for it?
Are you ready for your life to change? Are you ready for what it takes? Make the break, creates the chosen. The moment is now, the time is golden. Dedication mixed with focus. No circus or hocus pocus. No joke when it comes to greatness. It's your moment, you just gotta take it out. Go time. Can't stop. Are you ready? This is the time.
Welcome to the Detroit High School Sports Awards.
Please welcome to the stage Detroit Free Press sports editor Kirkland Crawford.
Good evening, Detroit. Come on, I said good evening, Detroit. Let's hear it. My name's Kirkland Crawford. I'm the sports editor at the Detroit Free Press, and we are absolutely thrilled to have so many people in this room tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of over 220 of our most outstanding student athletes in Detroit. Athletes, just by being here proves that you've put in countless hours of hard work and made many sacrifices. And for that, we congratulate you on a job well done. And parents, can I ask every parent or loved one of an athlete being honored here tonight to stand? Come on, don't be shy.
Things looking better, baby. Just passing through.
Think for a minute about the very first sport your child participated in. Remember driving them to that first practice? And since then, the countless other times you've chauffeured, cheered, consoled, and encouraged your child. All those sacrifices you've made on behalf of these athletes has paid off. So congratulations to you as well. This is also your night. And, not to be overlooked, will every coach and athletic director in the audience please stand? These athletes have been successful in their sport and in life thanks to your leadership and mentorship. Congratulations to you on a job well done. Now, the Detroit Free Press is the area's premier source for high school sports coverage, and this event is really a celebration of what our reporters do each and every day. The stories that come from the fields and the courts help shape our community. And high school sports is something we all recognize, know, and love. Before we proceed tonight, I want to take a moment to thank all of our event sponsors. This event would not be possible without them, and their support allowed us to provide all student athletes free tickets to tonight's show. We are so happy and grateful to have them, as their support and investment truly allows this event to be one of the most special nights for so many families here in our community. Help me show our appreciation to them. Our presenting sponsor, Detroit Area Honda Dealers. And our supporting sponsor, Army ROTC, who also helped make tonight possible. All of us at the Detroit Free Press are proud to partner with these fine community institutions. The next time you have the opportunity to thank members of these businesses, please do so. Now, please join me one more time in thanking all of the businesses who helped make this event possible. Tonight's event is truly a tribute to the joy and the trials of all that makes up high school athletics. Tonight, we recognize over 220 student athletes from the Detroit area from 468 schools in 29 sports. You have run and hit and jumped and thrown and tossed and spiked and served and pinned and pitched your way into the record books, into the pages of your hometown newspaper, and more importantly, into our hearts. At this time, we would like all the student athletes to stand and be recognized. Okay, just a few more housekeeping notes before we get started. Photos and a recording from tonight's event will be published at freak.com. Also, please tag your photos and posts on social media using the hashtag DetroitHSSA. That's hashtag DetroitHSSA. One lucky person who posts this evening using that hashtag will win an autographed item from our special guest speaker. We'll announce the winner at the end of the night, so good luck and happy posting. If you are announced as the award winner, please make your way to the stage to accept your award. Please enter the stage from my right, that's your left, and exit the stage to my left or your right. We will start with our Player of the Year awards, hear from our guest speaker, conclude with the top awards of the night, including Boys and Girls Athlete of the Year, Coach of the Year, and some very special awards. Now, I'd like to introduce our MC for the night, my colleague at the Detroit Free Press, Tony Garcia. All right, Tony, let's hand out some of these awards, huh?
Let's do it. Let's do it. How we doing, everybody? Good? We ready? All right, thank you, Kirkland. And I'd just like to reiterate our appreciation to the community sponsors, families, coaches, and athletes. And it really is my honor to be here to help recognize all the outstanding athletes in all the sports. And to help me hand out these awards, I would like to welcome to the stage Tyler Davis, Assistant Sports Editor at the Detroit Free Press. Atta baby. Atta baby. All right, I think we waited long enough. Let's start announcing some winners, and we're going to start with the awards in baseball. Will all the award nominees in baseball please stand? The Baseball Player of the Year is Brock Porter from Orchard Lake St. Mary's Preparatory School. Now, I know Brock was playing in a semifinal today that Orchard Lake St. Mary's won, and as of early June, Brock was 7-0 with 95 strikeouts and just 3 earned runs allowed in more than 46 innings pitched. He was also a threat at the plate, batting .517 with 4 home runs and 17 RBIs. Porter is committed to play college at Clemson, but he is also projected to be an early first-round pick in next month's MLB draft. And just 2 days ago, he was named the Gatorade National Baseball Player of the Year. Congratulations to Brock. Next up, we have girls and boys basketball. Will all the nominees in those categories please stand? The girls basketball player of the year is Ruby Whitehorn of Detroit Edison Public School Academy. And the boys basketball player of the year, Chauncey Willis Jr. from Detroit King High School. Ruby Whitehorn, a 6-foot senior from Detroit Edison, became the 41st winner of the Michigan Miss Basketball Award this year. She's the 4th straight player from Edison to earn that honor. This year, she averaged 25.6 points and 12.7 rebounds while leading Edison to a Division II state title. And in the title game, she scored 28 points and grabbed 9 rebounds. She will continue her basketball career at Clemson, so congratulations to Ruby. Now, Chauncey is already off to college, but if anyone from his family is here tonight, please make your way to the stage to accept on his behalf. Chauncey Willis Jr., a 6'2" senior guard, was the 42nd recipient of the Hal Schramm Mr. Basketball Award. He led Detroit King Public Schools to the league championship by averaging 25.5 points and 9.5 rebounds per game. He was also an all-state wide receiver on the football team and helped the Crusaders win the Division III state championship. Congratulations, Chauncey. Congratulations. Right over there, right over there. All right, next up, we will recognize the top performers in bowling. Will all the award nominees in bowling please stand? There we go. There we go. All right, the girls bowler of the year, Kayla Taffanelli of Warren Woods Tower High School. And the boys bowler of the year, Ian Kane from Franklin High School. This year, Woods Tower moved up to Division I, and Kayla Taffanelli showed that she was up to the task. She was a semifinalist at the individual state tournament, and each of her 6 qualifying games had scores of 219 or higher. Taffanelli also won her individual regional title for the 2nd straight season. Congratulations, Kayla. And while many of the Players of the Year nominees bowled the 300 game at some point this year, Livonia Franklin senior Ian Kane got his on the big stage in the state championship round of 16, on the way to earning all-state honors for the 2nd straight season. Kane aspires to someday join the PBA Regional Tour. Congratulations, Ian. Now it's time to present the top boys and girls cross-country runners of the year. Will all the award nominees in that category please stand? The girls cross-country runner of the year is Rachel Forsyth of Ann Arbor Pioneer High School. And the boys cross-country runner of the year is Riley Huff of Heartland High School. In both of her high school seasons, Rachel Forsyth led her team to Division I state championships. As the Pioneers' top runner in 2020, she ran her section race at the state meet in 17:55, ultimately finishing 2nd overall. And in 2021, Forsyth won the whole thing, crossing the finish line in a personal best 17:09, a big factor towards the Pioneers' state championship score of 68 points. And even though she's got 2 years remaining in her prep career, Forsyth has already won 17 races. She's a 2-time Southeastern Conference Red Division champion and a 2-time regional champion. Rachel is competing this week at the New Balance National Outdoor Track and Field Meet and can't be here tonight. I believe I saw that Pioneer won that event, so congratulations, Rachel. And when you win the Division I state championship as a junior, with the second fastest time in state history, how do you follow that with an encore? Well, Riley successfully defended his crown in 14 minutes and 56 seconds, making him the only runner in Michigan history to break 15 minutes twice at Michigan International Speedway. The Michigan State University commit has won 25 of his 26 races all across the state the past 2 seasons. He is also a 2-time regional champion. Congratulations, Riley. Now it's time for the Players of the Year in football. Will any of the award nominees in football please stand? The Defensive Football Player of the Year is Will Johnson of Grosse Pointe South High School. And the Offensive Football Player of the Year, Antonio Gates Jr. of Dearborn Fordson High School. The son of a former Michigan cornerback and a Wayne State professor, Will Johnson turned in a great senior season. He racked up 44.5 tackles, 1 sack, and 1 interception. He would have had more, but nobody wanted to throw it his way. He was also a star punt and kickoff returner and a standout wide receiver. He caught 42 balls for 667 yards and 6 touchdowns. He will play next year at Michigan and was rated the #1 football prospect in the class. He is already enrolled in classes there, so he cannot be here tonight. But again, congratulations, Will. And Antonio Gates Jr. finished with 55 catches for 921 yards, and 16 touchdowns, while consistently seeing double and triple teams. He also shined on defense with 2 interceptions, including a pick 6. If that name sounds familiar, his father is Antonio Gates Sr. of the Hall of Fame, who was just inducted into the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame a few days ago in the class of 2022. Gates will head to Michigan State next season as one of the top wide receivers in the state. He also is already enrolled, so he could not be here tonight, but congratulations, Antonio. And now for the awards in golf. Will the award nominees in golf please stand? The Girls Golfer of the Year is Bridget Bozar of Plymouth High School. And the Boys Golfer of the Year, Lorenzo Panelli of Birmingham Brother Rice High School. Bridget was voted Miss Golf in Michigan and made the All-State Super Team for the 3rd time this year. She won the Division I regional and state titles with a second-round score of 69 at states. Bridget was a medalist or a runner-up in each of her events this past season and broke school records for the low 9-hole score, 18-hole score, 9-hole average, and 18-hole average. She has signed to continue her golf career at Oakland University. Congratulations, Bridget. And Lorenzo came into the season an all-state Dream Team pick last spring, and he poured it on with a scoring average of 72.8 per 18 holes and 33 per 9. He won or tied for the medalist in 4 tournaments this spring, including the Division II regionals, and Panelli also added a runner-up at a 5th tournament. The junior has verbally committed to Michigan State. Congratulations, Lorenzo. Next, we had the awards for gymnastics. Will all award nominees in gymnastics please stand? The Gymnast of the Year is Morgan Ruffing from Livonia Red. Morgan was the Division I individual all-around champion at the state meet, finishing with a score of 37.525, and she showed how well-rounded she is at that meet. While she didn't finish first in any single event, she placed in the top 5 in all 4 events. Congratulations, Morgan. Now let's meet the Players of the Year in lacrosse. Will all the lacrosse award nominees please stand? The girls' lacrosse player of the year, Melina Cotter of Salem High School. I love it. And the boys' lacrosse player of the year, Bo Lockwood from Heartland High School. Melina Cotter is called the top offensive player in the area by opponents' coaches with 109 goals. Is that right? In 15 games. She's all-state, is a member of the Under Armour All-American Midwest team as well. Cotter also earned many accolades, playing national lacrosse events this year for the Skywalkers lacrosse program each summer in Maryland. Her shot speed has been clocked at more than 72 miles per hour. Congratulations, Melina. Bo Lockwood was Mr. Lacrosse in Michigan last season and continued his relentless offensive skills into 2022. He had 80 goals and 102 assists through 20 games, and his 15 assists in one game will be added to the NFHS record books. He's 3-time All-Stater, and he's a 3-time All-American who will play at the University of Michigan. And just this last weekend, Lockwood led Heartland to a Division I state title. And can I just say, Bo Lockwood might be the best lacrosse name of all time. Congratulations, Bo. Next, we have the awards for hockey. Can anybody in that category, all the award nominees, please stand? The hockey player of the year is Brian Apple from Detroit Catholic Central High School. This winter, the Shamrocks got big contributions from senior Brian Apple, who was named the most valuable player at the Division I postseason tournament. He scored the eventual game winner as CC beat Brighton 5-1 in the championship. Apple was the Shamrocks' leading scorer this season, putting up 32 points in 27 games. Congratulations, Brian. Now let's meet the Players of the Year award nominees in skiing. If you are in that category, please stand. The girls' skier of the year is Sydney Schultz from Notre Dame Prep. And the boys' skier of the year, Nathan DeHart from Adams High School. Sydney finished first in the slalom at the Division II state meet with a time of 1 minute and 6.95 seconds. The talented junior was first in the Pine Knob Divisional and first in both the slalom and giant slalom at the regional meet as well. Congratulations, Sydney. And Nathan DeHart won pretty much everywhere he skied this year, winning the giant slalom at Division I state meet in a time of 1 minute and 2.18 seconds and finishing second in the slalom at a little over 1 minute flat. He also won the slalom and was second in giant slalom at the SEMSL meet and won both events at regionals. Congratulations, Nathan. Now for the Players of the Year in soccer. Will all the award nominees from soccer please stand? The girls' soccer player of the year, Ramini Tillotson of Rochester Adams High School. And the boys' soccer player of the year, Tanner Hodgson of New Baltimore Bay, Anchor Bay High School. The engine that has made the traditional Power Atoms go all year, Rimini entered the state playoffs with 17 goals and 11 assists, controlling the middle of the field. Tillotson has signed to play in college for Texas Christian University, which was a top 10 program nationally last year. Congratulations, Rimini. And Tanner was a first-team All-State selection and was picked to play in the All-America soccer game in December. A member of the Dream Team, Hodgson was a big reason why Anchor Bay advanced to its first state title game in program history. He finished with 21 goals and 17 assists and leaves as arguably the best player in program history. Congratulations, Tanner. Now is time to present the award for Player of the Year in Softball. Will all the award nominees in softball please stand? And the Softball Player of the Year is Maddie Ramey from Allen Park High School. One of the state's best power hitters during her high school career, Maddie, as of late May, was batting .497 with 6 home runs and 9 stolen bases for Allen Park. The talented shortstop has knocked in almost 40 runs and is signed to play her college ball at Michigan. Yesterday, Allen Park won its Division I semifinal game and will play for the state championship this weekend. Congratulations, Maddie. And now for the Athletes of the Year in Swimming and Diving. Will all the athletes in swimming and diving please stand? The Girls Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year, Brady Kendall from Plymouth High School. And the Boys Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year, Jack Wilkening, Ann Arbor Pioneer High School. Brady Kendall will swim at Michigan after finishing a star-studded season and high school career. She set a state record in the 100 butterfly this past season with a time of 53.35 seconds, claiming her second straight title in the event. She also repeated as the 50 freestyle state champion, clocking in at 22.63 seconds. Congratulations, Brady. And having 2 parents that both swam competitively at the University of Michigan, expectations in the pool were pretty big for Jack Wilkening. No problem, as he played a key role in Ann Arbor Pioneers state championship teams each of the past 2 seasons. This March, he was named the Division I Swimmer of the Meet. He hit All-American standards in 4 events, and next fall, he will follow his parents, Rick and Jenny, as a Wolverine swimmer. Congratulations, Jack. Next, we have the awards for tennis. Will all the award nominees in tennis please stand? The Girls Tennis Player of the Year is Reese Miller from Ann Arbor Pioneer High School. Back-to-back Pioneer. And the Boys Tennis Player of the Year, Mert Orrell of Ann Arbor Green Hills High School. The defending Division I individual state champion at 1 singles, Reese Miller was dominant this year yet again. She went 23-0 entering the state tournament and entered the state finals as the number 1 seed. That's when she took home her second straight number 1 title earlier this month, winning each match comfortably. Congratulations, Reese. And Mert Orrell might be coming out of a Division III high school, but he is staying in Ann Arbor and going to play for a Division I university at Michigan in college as one of the top players anywhere in the Midwest. Orrell finished his senior season 23-2 and went 4-0 in the state tournament, winning the Division III number 1 state title in straight sets. He won 3 straight titles at number 1 singles after winning the number 3 singles title as a freshman. He is just the 9th player in Michigan high school history to win at least 3 number 1 singles championships and the 11th to win 4 state titles in a career. Congratulations, Mert. Next, we have the awards for track and field. Will all the award nominees for track and field please stand? Oh, the best dressed, too. My goodness, look at this. Yeah, come on, there, fly. The girls' track and field athlete of the year, Kayla Jackson of Detroit Renaissance High School. And the boys' track and field athlete of the year, Jaden Reed of the University of Detroit Jesuit High School. Going undefeated in all 25 of her races this season, Kayla Jackson won her 4 events, the 100 and 200 meter dashes, as well as the 4x100 and 4x200 relays at the state meet for the 2nd straight year. Jackson and the Phoenix have since put up the state's fastest times of the year in all 4 of those same events, leading Renaissance to the Division I state title. Jackson will continue her career at the University of Georgia, where she is already enrolled in classes, so she could not be here tonight. Congratulations, Kayla. And Jaden Reed, not the wide receiver for Michigan State, but on the Cubs, the state champion, won the state championship in the 4x100 and the 4x200 relays, and placed high in the 100 and 200 meter dashes. Earlier this year, he broke the Catholic High School League's 100-meter dash record that had stood since the 1980s. He figured into 4 first-place finishes on that day alone. Next, Reed became a 4-time winner at the regional meet, helping the Cubs win the regional title. He's also clocked the fastest time in the state for the 100-meter dash and ran legs on the Cubs' 4x100 and 4x200 relays, which also hold those honors. Congratulations, Jaden. Next, we have the awards for volleyball. Will all the award nominees in volleyball please stand? The volleyball player of the year is Ava Brizard from Birmingham Marion High School. Ava was a first-team All-Stater last year, as well as being named to the first-team All-America this fall. The outside hitter had 537 kills this past season with a .440 hitting percentage. She finished her career with well more than 2,000 kills and will play at North Carolina State next year after being named Michigan's Miss Volleyball in 2021. Congratulations, Ava. And next, we have the awards for wrestling. Will all the award nominees in wrestling please stand? The girls' wrestler of the year is Eliana Bamarito, there we go, of Heartland High School. And the boys' wrestler of the year, Manny Rojas from Detroit Catholic Central. Eliana went 15-6 against boy wrestlers this year. She won the first heavyweight division title in 2022 at the state meet for the MHSAA. She was 14-0 against girls in her postseason tournament career and was ranked #1 nationally all season. Congratulations, Eliana. And Manny Rojas finished the season with a 37-3 record and was a Division I state runner-up at 171 pounds. Outside the Michigan high school season, Manny won the Super 32, was a junior national champ, and placed 3rd at the NCAA Mat Men Open. He has committed to wrestle in college at Iowa State. Congratulations, Manny. All right, now that completes our first set of awards, but please join me one more time in congratulating all of our outstanding players of the year. And now is the man you're waiting for. let's get ready to bring out our guest.
Now, it's the time you have all been waiting for. He has played 3 seasons for the Detroit Lions, amassing 17 career tackles. He attended high school at Birmingham Groves and went to college at Wayne State, where he was a 2-time All-Great Lakes Conference selection and a 2-year team captain. In college, he collected 181 career tackles. He played in all 17 games with the Lions last season. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your moderator, award-winning Lions reporter for the Detroit Free Press, Dave Burkett. And let's give a big Detroit welcome to Detroit Lions linebacker and Michigan native, Anthony Pittman.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Congratulations.
What's up, Dave?
Doing good, man. Give it up for Anthony Pittman again.
Thank you. Oh, man. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. I think this is the 3rd time I've been a part of this. This is a great experience. It's a great thing that we do, and I'm glad we're back in person after a handful of years off. So, Anthony, thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for taking a part. I know all the athletes out here appreciate your time, too. So, this is a high school awards banquet. So why don't we start by you telling us a little bit about your high school career. You went to Birmingham Groves. What are your favorite memories from playing high school sports?
Yeah. Well, first off, I want to say I'm grateful to be here. This is something that I've only dreamed about, speaking in front of hundreds of athletes and friends and families. So all I can say is I'm grateful to be here, man. This is amazing. You all look so amazing. You look great. Dave, you're my guy. We go way back. So I'm just grateful to be here. For high school, so I grew up in Detroit up until middle school, high school. And for high school, we moved out to Birmingham Groves. And starting off as a freshman, moving to a new school, being naturally introverted, and, new school, I didn't really have many friends. And I remember I would see the football players, they would wear their jerseys before every game, Wednesday freshman, Thursday for JV, and Friday for varsity. And I was like, man, that's super cool. Like, I want to be part of that. Like, I kind of want to wear my jersey around the school. And so I went up to Coach Flaherty at Birmingham Groves, and I said, hey, I want to play football. And, he said, hey, come to minicamp. And went to minicamp, and that's the start. Now, best part about high school football, man, is just the brotherhood, the family that you build. In high school, you don't have any responsibilities. So, man, me and my boys, we would just kick it, before practice, after practice, before games, after games, man, just spending time. That's my family. And even to this day, we still keep in touch. And, that's probably the best memory about high school sports.
You said you saw players wearing their jerseys. So did you play as a freshman?
I didn't play freshman, but JV year, I ended up playing. I wore 48. And I was proud to wear that jersey around the school and just represent and just to be a part of the football family. I went from being introverted, having no friends, to instantly having 60, 70 friends by playing football.
Yeah,
so
brotherhood. I think that's a big part of it.
It's a brotherhood. So.
Any sport. What other sports did you play in, and why did you gravitate to football?
So growing up, I played pretty much every sport you can think of, other than bowling or skiing or whatever. But, man, I played it all: baseball, basketball, football. Shout out Westside Cubs. I even played hockey. Shout out to the Detroit Dragons. But as I got to high school, I just really stuck with football. And I did try out for baseball in high school, but I didn't make the team. So football it was, and it's taking me to where I am now.
Shoulder injury kept you out of baseball, right?
Yeah. My accuracy and everything was off, so
yeah.
It was just straight football in high school.
We talked to both the bowling winners back there, a couple 300 games, and we're both thoroughly impressed because nothing that we could, it'd take me 3 games to get that. So, but how does a kid from Detroit who went to Birmingham Groves and then Wayne State for college, who didn't play high school as a freshman, how do you get to where you are now?
Yeah, I think the biggest things for me were my vision, having my dreams, like dreaming big, and just hard work. Ever since I can remember, I knew that there was somewhere that I wanted to be. And I didn't know how I was going to get there. So I bridged the gap with hard work. For example, coming out of high school, I didn't know I was going to play college football. I would have loved to, right? So I set the goal. I said, okay, I'm going to make a highlight tape. I'm going to send it to my coach and just see what happens. And, thankfully, Wayne State came from that. And just, that was the best decision that came in my life. I got a degree. I formed a brotherhood at Wayne State. And, thankfully, I'm now in the NFL. But same thing at Wayne State. I wanted to be the best linebacker there was. I was a freshman. I didn't do anything yet. I was like, okay, how do I do this? So I set the goal for myself, okay, all conference, all GLIAC, team captain, things like that. And I just worked. I just put my head down and worked.
There had to be some doubts along the way, some hard times. How did you get through those moments?
Yeah, just who I am naturally. I just can't quit. Whatever obstacles in front of me, it's like either I quit and I live with the regret of not going through with it, or I just push through and I grind it out. So that's really the story of my life and my journey.
You sit here tonight. You're 25 years old, right? So you could have been sitting in their seat a few years back. You probably know what a lot of them are feeling as they finish high school and sort of get ready for the next step in their lives, college, their sports careers, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
What do you wish you knew at their age that you've learned over the years about success, about failure, about perseverance, something that they can take with them from tonight?
Yeah. First thing is, man, dream big. Don't let anyone or any situation limitate what you think you can do or are capable of doing. Just dream big, man. You never know what you can end up doing in 4 or 5 years. Second thing is, like I said, work hard. Just put the work in. It's no escaping it, no secret, sauce or whatever. Like, you go decades down the line, Kobe, LeBron, Serena, Michael Phelps, they all just put the work in and they just grind it out. The next two things I would say is surround yourself with people who are doing amazing things. Choose your circle of friends wisely. You want people who are pushing you, who are doing great things, so you guys come together and you just form a bond and you're just doing great things together. And the final thing would be, don't be afraid to stand on your own. So in terms of, if this group of people is doing something that you don't agree with, don't be afraid to stand on your own and be yourself. No.
I like it. That's it.
Yeah. And
that's not easy to do.
Yeah, it's not easy because we all, as humans, we want to be accepted, and we want to fit in with the group. But just me and my personal experience, I've learned that when you separate yourself from the group and just do your own thing, people start to see you as a leader. People start to admire you, and they're like, okay, what is he doing? And a lot of people are afraid to do that. Just step out and, okay, this is what I need to do to be the greatest. And if everybody else isn't doing that, then they do what they do, and I'm going to elevate on my own. So that's what I tell them.
I like it. The first thing you said was dream big, and I think we were talking backstage. I remember talking to you as an undrafted rookie, probably rookie mini camp or at some point training camp. So what are your goals in football now? You've been in the league a few years now. What are your goals in football now?
Okay. So I have quite a few goals, but I'll share maybe 3 or 4. Number one is to play 10 years in the NFL and finish my career healthy and injury free. Number 2 is to play for the Lions my entire career. I love Detroit. I love being able to be a part of this team where I grew up and just represent. The third goal, going along with that, is to help the Detroit Lions, have a renaissance and their image, just how our culture. So I want to be part of that, the team that's winning the playoffs, that's, winning even the Super Bowl. I want to be part of that.
Yep.
And actually the final goal for this year as a team is to win the playoffs, to win a division. I tell my teammates all the time, if we want to change the standard around here or even go to the playoffs and win a division, we need to make that goal known. So, that's me telling you guys right now, we would love as a team, Coach Campbell and all, to win a division and go to the playoffs. And once we get in the tournament, we'll see what happens from there.
That's what they say. And you and your teammates have said that in the spring. You sort of have let that out, so not being afraid of that at all. What about off the field?
My goals off the field?
Yeah, goals off the field.
As athletes, we tend to put a lot into our craft. And, one thing for me is I call it freeing my mind and doing other things. So me, I like to travel. I would love to travel the world. I would love to just see different cultures and different places and understand how people live and things like that. So that's a big goal for me outside of football. And then I haven't thought about coaching, but, possibly training, weightlift training, things like that.
Yeah. We'll get into coaching in a second.
Yeah.
Some of the
right.
top mentors that you've had. One thing I coach my kids' teams, right? Nothing too serious, but we always talk about, it's okay to fail.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know from you, I guess, what happens if you fail? People in all walks of life struggle with that sometimes.
Yeah.
How have you used failure to help you succeed, to help you in your career?
Yeah. I would say number one, nobody's perfect. We all fail. And the thing about failure is, I know for me personally, is that it hurts. It can be the smallest thing, just failing. I hate to lose. I hate to fail. So it stings for a while. But I believe the thing that you should do is when you fail, you use that pain to push you forward. You fail forward versus using that pain to say, oh, I'm not good enough, or this isn't for me. Having a fixed mindset, you should have a growth mindset and say, okay, why did I fail? What do I need to do to be better? Okay, we're watching film and I messed up on, cover 3. Okay, now what do I need to do to correct that? So my failures, and I've had a lot of them, in my young 25-year-old life. But, man, you just got to use that to make you better. It's pretty much fuel.
Yeah. So. You talked about all the sports you played growing up, and specialization is sort of it's a common thing now, I guess, in youth sports.
Yeah.
Several athletes here tonight play multiple sports, which can be tough in an era where there is pressure to stick with one, play for a club team, stick with your sport. What advice do you have to athletes about specialization?
I'm kind of split on the subject. I know that it's becoming a lot more competitive nowadays with sports in terms of, kids are from high school, you're fighting to get college scholarships, and then even in a college, you're fighting to go pro. So what I say to that is I'm an advocate for when they're young, up to middle school, maybe even high school, man, just play everything, like I did, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, just to experiment and understand sports and just be free with it. But with specialization, like I said, people, you're trying to get college scholarships.
Yeah.
So as much as you put into that craft is what you're going to get out of it. I firmly believe that. So if you feel like you need to specialize to have an opportunity, then there's no problem with that at all. But with that, I feel like you need to take time off, free your mind from the sport so you don't burn out. But also you have athletes, Bo Jackson or like Russell Wilson or Patrick Mahomes, guys like that, Kyler Murray, who can do 2 sports. And if you have if you're able to put that energy into 2 sports and still get results, then I'll go for it. So really it's up to the specific athlete, what can you handle, things like that. So
Superstar athletes for sure. You mentioned burnout. Do professional players get that too? I mean, you guys,
oh, yeah.
When you get away, right? You got to recharge. That's part of,
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I free my mind, man. I go fishing, I go traveling, do whatever I can to take my mind off the game. So when I get back to it, it's time to go.
Something to relax. All right, you mentioned coaching. Let's talk about coaching real quick. You play for a pretty unique one in Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Pretty good guy. What's it like to play for him?
Man, we love Coach Campbell. just the passion and the energy that he approaches the day with is unmatched. You know, I feel like he's the perfect fit for Detroit. The staff that he's brought in, you know, mostly former players. So just the passion and the energy that they bring is it's amazing. But then also, we know when to turn it on and it's time to get to work. So he has a great balance, you know, fun, work, and it's going to be a good one.
Pushes you when you need it.
Yeah.
Takes the foot off the pedal when you need it.
Yes, sir.
All right, so beyond Dan, you've played for a number of coaches, right? Head coaches, position coaches, coordinators. Tell me some of the ways that they've connected with you over the years and inspired you.
I think the most important thing that coaches have done in the past that have left the impact on me is they make an effort outside of the sport to invest in that athlete. So, for example, I've had coaches, you know, they invite us over for barbecues, or they invite us over just to play games, yard games, swim in the pool, things like that. Like they put that effort into investing into that athlete outside of the sport. And then they give you little books or little quotes on top of that to say, okay, here, this is what you need to be a better man or a better woman outside of football. Because football or whatever sport would be secondary to becoming, you know, great character person. So
when you become a weight strength coach, whatever it is after your playing days, you'll use some of those lessons, I guess, to absolutely. All right, student athletes have a lot of pressure to juggle all the moving parts in their lives. So much is expected of them, right? Athletically, socially, academically, everything. What advice can you give them about managing their lives and balancing all those interests?
Yeah. So I'm glad you asked me that, because I tell people all the time, the number one tip that, you know, for the success that I have today, I feel like is writing things down. I keep a little black notebook. And I just write everything in this, you know, my to-do list, my goals, everything. And I feel like if you can organize your thoughts and dreams and visions into this notebook and you look at it every day, you know, you read, you write in it every day, man, I feel like that'll take your game to a whole nother level. I believe people who write their goals down are 42% more likely to achieve them.
Wow.
It's actual study.
Is that right? Yep.
Yeah. But
so how do you reference that? How do you use that on a daily basis?
I write in this thing every day. I rewrite my goals every day, my to-do lists, journal in it. So I feel like you can use that to manage your time. You know, what do you need to do today? Okay, I got to go to study table. Okay, practice at 3, study table. Oh, now I got to do library, things like that. Just write it down, because in your mind, you know, you get, what's the word? You get frazzled. You just forget things. So if you write those things down, your mind becomes organized. And then the second part to that, in terms of managing time and balancing things when you get to college, is, like I said, just free your mind. You know, there's nothing wrong with playing video games or doing other things to take your mind off your sport. You don't have to be grinded, locked in 24/7. You know, do what you need to do to free your mind and recharge. So when you get back to it, it's go time and you're 100%.
Great advice. I got one more for you, but I think we're going to go to some of the student athletes out there that have a few questions.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
I think someone's out in the audience out there somewhere. Here we come, maybe.
Brian Apple, Detroit Catholic
Here we go.
Central. What do you like to do in the off season other than traveling?
Other than traveling, I like to fish. No, for real, I just got a inflatable kayak.
Where do you go?
I go to Belle Isle. I go everywhere, man. But me and my girlfriend, she's back there. we
Come
just,
on out. Show your head. Show your face.
Oh,
There you
yep.
go. Yeah.
Give her, yeah. So, man, I love to fish. So I got an inflatable kayak, a 2-person one, and we went out to Belle Isle and she caught her first pike, and I caught my first pike. But just things, I like to fish, go to the gun range, watch sports, read, just anything I can do to just relax and hang out.
Before we get to the second one, there was a video the Lions put out. I think, sort of they do these sort of personal stories on you, and part of it was you fishing at Belle Isle last year. So definitely something that he likes.
Caught a nice smallmouth. Yep.
So we have another question out there somewhere.
I'm Stella Chapman from Pioneer High School. What's the coolest thing about playing in the NFL?
Coolest thing is just the fans. Being able to do things like this. I never would have imagined that I'd be doing this. Signing autographs and interacting with the fans. Man, it really is a dream come true. And then also when I was a rookie, the coolest thing was for me growing up in Detroit and watching, Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford, all those guys. And to be a rookie, I stepped in the locker room and I'm looking and I'm like, man, that's Matthew Stafford. And I'm just watching him. I'm like, that's really Matthew Stafford. So, I'm just staring at him and I'm just watching him throw balls. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Matthew Stafford. And they just, so that's probably the coolest thing. And then even other players, I've been lucky to be on the field with like Tom Brady, DeAndre Hopkins, like all kind of players. I'm like, man, this is really them. And I'm just thinking I'm just a guy from, D2 from Detroit. I don't know how I got here. I'm just, man, it's really crazy. So every day, man, I'm grateful to be in the league. I really am.
It's okay to be a little bit in awe, right? This is where you want to be. So
I'm in awe still today. I'm 4 years in and I'm still in awe. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I think we got one more out here.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Shamar Hurd from Chippewa Valley High School. Being in the NFL, what are your goals for the upcoming season?
I like that suit, man.
Thank you.
Hey, yeah, that's clean. So for the upcoming season, I would like to, for the team, I would like to win a division. I'd like to go to the playoffs. For myself, I would like to be a top producing special teams player for the Lions and in the NFL. And I would even like to go to the Pro Bowl for special teams. I want to stay injury-free. That's big for me. I do a lot of stretching and things like that to stay healthy. And then just be a productive, because I'm kind of working in a third down blitzing linebacker type thing, edge rusher, middle, outside kind of guy. So I just want to be a productive pass rusher for the team, to be able to help in that way. So those are my goals for the year.
I like it. All right, let's end it with this one. I know we've got a few more awards that we have to hand out tonight. So for everyone in here, right, regardless of whether they've played their last game or not, what can you tell them, what advice can you give them about fulfilling their potential and achieving success in whatever area they choose? Athletics, something beyond athletics, later on in life. What's the best piece of advice you can give them to leave them tonight?
Yeah. Like I've been saying, just dream big. Write it down over and over. Keep writing it down. Believe in it. Don't believe any doubters. Just go after it. No matter what your circumstance or situation is telling you. If you have that goal and that dream and you write it down and you speak it and you believe it and you focus on it, you meditate on it, you're confident in it, like there's nothing that can stop you. And I'm telling you that from experience, because going to the NFL, I got guys like, I'm like, how am I gonna make this? I'm gonna make this team. That's what everyone's telling me. Like, you're from D2.
Probably me too at some point.
I hope not. They're like, you're from D2, right? You're getting like one rep in practice. Coaches don't believe in you. Teammates don't believe in you. Like, you're not gonna make this team. Like, you're just here. All right, well, when I got in that building, I let them know from day one, I'm not here to play games. Like, this is not a joke. So, like I said, I separated myself from the crowd. Everybody's over here joking and playing around. I'm here taking notes, getting focused, doing what I need to do, and putting my head down and working. And next thing you know, I'm on year 4 in the NFL, with the same team. Yep. They say being undrafted from D2, you're not going to make it. 3 years is the 3 years and you're out. So I just have complete confidence in my abilities and my focus. I write my goals down, So I encourage you all, write the goals down, believe in it, speak over it, and you never know what's possible, really, because it's just, you can do it, and there's nothing saying that you can't. So that's really all I have.
That's great advice. He thought it, they saw it in him, and here he is, year 4.
Sir.
So,
Yes,
Anthony
sir.
Pittman, Detroit Lions linebacker, special team star, maybe the Pro Bowl this year. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Appreciate it.
As a high school counselor who advises young people about their options for college and career after high school graduation, I feel like one of the most valuable things available to them is the ROTC scholarship at the college level. Among the benefits are obviously the scholarship money for students, the ability to improve their physical fitness levels, the leadership and training experiences that they receive, the career options that are available to students after college graduation, both in the military and in the civilian world. And lastly, and I think most importantly, just being a part of something bigger than themselves.
In celebration of Metro Detroit High School athletics, your Detroit area Honda dealers are proud sponsors and official presenters of the High School Sports Awards, honoring achievement, performance, leadership, courage, and inspiration to amazing athletes, coaches, teams, mentors, and families. From your Detroit area Honda dealers, congratulations to the best of the best.
Please welcome to the stage Amanda Mosheri of Detroit Area Honda Dealers.
All right. Thanks, Anthony, so much. That was really cool to see that interview. Before we move on, I just want to take a moment to congratulate all the student athletes in the room tonight. This is your night, and it's been pretty cool hearing all of these stats that are just, blow my mind, hearing those numbers that have come out. All right, we are now continuing on to the top awards of the night. On behalf of the Detroit Area Honda Dealers, it's my honor to present the Honda Inspiration Award this evening. So this particular award is a little bit different because it's actually nominated by the student athletes. There was an opportunity to nominate someone that had inspired them in some way, recognizing a community leader, whether it be your biggest fan, a fellow teammate, coaches, parents, anything that kind of helped you with your determination, perseverance. There's been a lot of adversity, certainly, in the last couple of years. I really commend all of you because it might not have been exactly what you thought your high school career, sports career was going to be, but you've pushed through so much, and it's really admirable. So, of all of the nominees that were reviewed, the 2022 Honda Inspiration Award goes to Rich Kynest, tennis coach at Milford High School. One of Coach Kynest's athletes, Maddie Melody, wrote a glowing nomination for this award. However, one point jumped out. Earlier this year, Coach Kynest was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Despite this, he continued to show up for his team whenever possible, even coaching the team between chemo treatments, and always with a smile. To quote Maddie, Coach Kynest has shown us the meaning of hard work and perseverance, even through the worst of times. His positivity radiates throughout our team, and we continue to fight through each match for him. Coach Kynest is undoubtedly one of the strongest and most caring coaches in the high school sports community. Each one of his tennis players has been influenced by him in the best possible way. Congratulations, Coach Rich. You are the 2022 Honda Inspiration Award winner. And now I'd like to pass it back to Tony Garcia. He's going to wrap it up with our top awards of the evening.
All right, we are now moving on to the Coach of the Year Award, and it is my great honor to present the John Harrington Coach of the Year Award, given to a coach who has shown tremendous leadership and commitment to excellence throughout the season in their sport, but also through impacting student athletes' lives off the field. And the finalists are John Jokic of Warren De La Salle Collegiate High School, boys basketball. Rick Godwa of Heartland High School hockey. And Tyrone Spencer of Detroit King High School football. And the winner of the John Harrington Coach of the Year Award is Rick Godwa, Heartland High School hockey. Coach Godwin knew the key to turning Heartland's average hockey program into a state championship contender was recruiting the players that he already had walking his school's halls. Quote, "It wasn't going to be me that changed the program," he said. "At the end of the day, it was the players." He then set out about finding the would-be athletes at Heartland that would turn the Eagles around. Godwin led his alma mater to its third state championship this season. Coach Godwin believes in finding the right balance between athletics and academics and developing players by practicing almost every day. He motivated the team with the opportunity to experience playing in front of their classmates and against their rivals. In his 11 seasons, Godwin has a 231, 66, and 13 record, and his teams have won state titles in 2018, 19, and 22, and finished runner-up in 13 and 14. Congratulations, Coach Godwin. Congratulations. And after recognizing greatness in coaching, it makes sense to highlight the athletes who came together under their guidance to perform at a level above the competition. In that spirit, we are here to present the award for the Team of the Year presented by Army ROTC. And the finalists for the Team of the Year are Detroit Renaissance High School Girls Track, the Orchard Lake St. Mary's Preparatory High School Baseball Team, and the West Bloomfield High School Girls Basketball Team. And the winner for the Team of the Year is Orchard Lake St. Mary's Prep High School Baseball. Closing in on completing the school year, there is one team that stands above the others, and that was certainly Orchard Lake. After finishing off the Catholic League Championships season undefeated, the Eagles completed the entire regular season undefeated. You have to go back to the middle of last season to find a game in which the Eaglets lost. The team has been ranked number 1 in the nation since that time. St. Mary's features 9 players so far who have Division I college baseball commitments. It all begins with senior pitcher and baseball player of the year, Brock Porter, the top prospect in the state who has been just about unhittable this season. Quote, "When Brock pitches, we know a few runs usually is going to do the job because he's just so dominant," said junior second baseman Ryan McKay, a Michigan State commit. Porter's battery mate is catcher Ike Irish, who will play his college baseball at Auburn. He believes the Eaglets have been so successful because they put the team above themselves. Quote, "We're selfless," he said. "We don't care about individual stats as long as we get the win. Most teams don't do that. Everybody's playing for their own stats. They care about their averages. We just care about winning." But most of all, there is a brotherhood and friendship that has developed off the field, and I can tell you from personal experience, they love to eat candy in the dugout. Congratulations, Orchard Lake St. Mary's Baseball. All right, now it is time to honor greatness and strength that transcends sports with the 2022 Courage Award. Here tonight, we have a very special Courage Award winner. Most in Detroit already know the story of Tate Meyer, and if you don't, he was the Oxford High School football player who was killed last November in a tragic shooting. Witnesses say Tate saved lives that day when he charged the gunman in a heroic feat of heroism. Tonight we honor you, Tate, and focus on Tate the athlete, the tough-nosed tight end and linebacker and wrestler who always put his team before personal accolades.
Was I inspired by Tate? Yes, that's the easy answer. Tate's the kind of young man that, as a coach, you try to build everybody up to be. And when you can find that guy to build a program around, to build young men around by example, I couldn't be more inspired than I am by Tate. And I think it shows even in, his presence today. His leadership was widespread, and whether they knew it or not at the time, I think everybody was inspired by Tate Mayer.
One of the fondest memories I have outside of who Tate was, and the story I'll tell most often as a football coach, is Tate ran a 4.240. Tate was the fastest kid. He was one of the strongest kids. We had him slotted to play running back, and because we needed a guy to play tight end, 2 games into the season, I moved Tate to tight end. Without a question asked, he moved to tight end, played there the rest of the year, didn't get the praise and glory like the running backs do or the quarterbacks do, but you would never have known from him that he was upset because he wasn't. He just wanted to do what was best for his team, because he put the team first. He was not about I.
Well, I think it's important that kids kind of find their role in life, right? And I think it starts, at that high school level, and really middle school and high school level, and just find your role, right? And do what's best for the team, because when you get to real life, there's not too many superstars. There's a lot of role players, right? So, I just felt like, that would, me and my wife thought it would really set Tate up and both of our boys up for success in life if they kind of marched through it, being a good teammate and being selfless.
He just didn't have a negative bone or thought context in his body or in his mind, in his soul. And I just don't know that I've ever met a more pure human being.
The world needs more Tate Mayers, 100%. You need people that are servant leaders, like Tate was. He loved his teammates. He loved his community. He, at the drop of a hat, would come pick you up. It just, all those little things that people don't think leaders do or should have to do are what real leaders do.
Receiving this award on behalf of Tate is a privilege. Tate was such an amazing kid, and we just hope that that we can create an atmosphere where we can have a bunch more Tates out there that are selfless and want to help and have the courage that he had, and we're just so thankful and that he received this award, and thank you very much.
Tate's family could not be here tonight to accept the award on his behalf, but we want to honor his sacrifice with one more moment of silence. Tate, this one's for you. We will continue to honor your memory on and off the field and in everything we do. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please stand and give it up for a real hero, Tate Mayer of Oxford High School. Thank you. Now we do have to turn back to the final Team Athletic Awards. And with that, it is the biggest awards of the night, the Boys and Girls Athlete of the Year. But before we proceed, I hear we have a pretty cool video message. Let's check that out.
What's up, everybody? Rob Gronkowski here, and I want to give all of the student athletes a major shout out for having a great year and earning this special honor. I'm here to help celebrate you, your accomplishments, and your wins. You are all winners in my book, and you know I know about winning. Just keep putting in that work towards achieving your goals in both sports and life, because the sky's the limit. But you are the only one who can make it happen. These winners are a true testament of that. Here are your Athletes of the Year.
Big thanks to Rob Gronkowski for that. And make sure to tune into the USA Today National High School Show on July 31st, hosted by Gronk and Vernon Davis. And now we will start out with the Girls Athlete of the Year. Let's meet the finalists. They are Ava Brazard of Birmingham Marion High School, Kayla Jackson of Detroit Renaissance High School, and Mackenzie Sorosky of Livonia Stevenson High School. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Girls Athlete of the Year, the amazing Mackenzie Sorosky of Livonia Stevenson High School. Mackenzie Sorosky began the school year by winning the Division I 100-yard breaststroke for the second straight season. Then, when winter rolled around, she became the first girl to play for the outstanding Livonia Stevenson hockey team. But the junior wanted more. She wanted to play a spring sport for the hat trick, so to speak, and she really wanted to get a three-sport badge for her jacket. After careful consideration, Sorosky settled on shot put. Since she will be attending USA hockey tryout camps this summer, Sorosky needed a spring sport that did not monopolize her time. She threw the shot in the junior year, but had to relearn when she attempted throwing this spring. Mackenzie got third at the New Balance Invitational meet, but came back and ended up winning regionals. She has already committed to play hockey at the University of Minnesota Duluth. Congratulations to your Girls Athlete of the Year, Mackenzie Sorosky. And now for the final award of the night, the 2022 Boys Athlete of the Year. The finalists are Parker Picott of Rochester Adams High School, Brock Porter of Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and Chauncey Willis of Detroit King High School. And the Boys Athlete of the Year is Chauncey Willis Jr. of Detroit King High School. Get back up here, Mom. Not only did Chauncey Willis Jr. earn All-State honors in football after helping lead Detroit King to a Division III state championship, he went on to earn All-State honors in basketball as well, and the Hal Schramm Mr. Basketball Award, which goes to the state's top senior. The difference Willis found in those sports was that there were natural breaks in football that were not necessarily there in basketball. Chauncey racked up more than 100 yards in King's state final win last year and had 7 touchdown catches on the season. After winning the football title on a late Saturday night, Willis took 2 days off before appearing at Tuesday's basketball practice ready to go. That constant work must be how he averaged nearly a triple-double on the court this winter. Willis became more dominant as he played more, and King wound up winning the always competitive Detroit Public School League title. Congratulations to our Boys Athlete of the Year, Chauncey Willis Jr. and Mom. All right, thank you all so much. Please welcome back to the stage sports editor, my boss, so give a big hand, Kirkland Crawford.
All right, thank you, athletes, parents, coaches, community supporters, for celebrating with us tonight. But before we leave, it's time to announce our social media winner. So, to help me do that, let's get our guest, Anthony Pittman, back out here one more time. There we go. And our social media winner is Bo Brewer. Bo has a special assist from his mother, Linda, who posted on social media and used the hashtag. Come on up, Bo, and collect your prize there from Mr. Pittman. Let's hear it for Bo one more time. All right, don't forget now, all award winners, you can please make your way to the stage for a group photo. And again, a huge thank you to our presenting sponsor, Detroit Area Honda Dealers. And also, we couldn't do it without the Army ROTC. A special thanks also to the staff of the Detroit Free Press, and thank you to our special guest, the one and only Anthony Pittman of the Detroit Lions. Remember now, you can check out the photos from tonight's festivities over at freak.com. So seniors, good luck. Underclassmen, we hope to see you again next year. Good night, and thank you for attending the Detroit High School Sports Awards.
Attention, award recipients. Please make your way to the stage for a group photo. Again, if you won an award this evening, please go to the stage for a group photo.